morning, buddy. They piss on their face to impress the does. I don't think it really impresses them. I thought I saw a little hanky-panky going on. Come here, buddy. You gotta get that titty in your mouth. Come on. I cannot wait until breeding season is over. These guys are driving me insane. Okay. Good job, Mom. That was rough. I've got them tucked in for the night. It is Christmas morning and me and Shrimpy here just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. Since I started this channel, I have been habitually 6 to 10 weeks behind on editing, and I have been working tirelessly to catch up. Today's video will bring you through November. I didn't really record much in December, and we are going to start fresh with our January kidding. As soon as 2 days from now, I could start seeing kids. Hoping to start the new year with some good kidding footage. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Good morning. I had to kind of change my plans for the day because it is raining. It wasn't a big chance of rain and I kind of assumed we weren't going to get much, but now they're talking rain and snow today. Since the weather is turning pretty nasty pretty quick, I'm going to divide that last pen inside in two. Open this up and take these yearlings here that are in a breeding group, and I'm going to give them access to there because I want to be able to give the cattle access to this barn. Cattle do fine in the cold. I just don't like them in the cold and the rain, and a lot of people have no shelter for their cattle and they're perfectly fine, but just because they're okay doesn't mean it's optimal. They're lactating, we're going into winter, their energy needs are going to be increased. It's just going to serve them better to be inside. So that's kind of my goal for the day. All right, Badger, Mira, come. Come on. Let's go. So this doe here, this is the one that had the neurological issues and was real wobbly. They kind of destroyed the door on that pen that I had her in, separated. So I've just been letting her walk around and she's been trashing the place and she's kind of destroyed my stacks of feed bags. She's getting better. She's still a little wobbly, but her back end seems a lot more sound, and she's still a little wobbly in her front end. It's very slow. I'm still giving her an NSAID. I've kind of stretched those apart a little now because we want to take it easy on her liver. We've got, I think, like 10 days left for those breeding groups. My hope is that I will see her cycling and I can pop her in with a buck, let him breed her, and then pull her back out. I really am not sure how I'm gonna reincorporate her at this point. I might just put her in with my little grower doelings in the cattle barn so she doesn't get knocked around. These guys were just trying to nail her when she was in that corner pen. Anytime you move like one or two animals, they just get picked on. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just kind of have her out or put her in with those doelings until I like rearrange and combine a group again. And once the whole group changes, then she'll be fine because that fighting doesn't last as long and it's like too big of a change that they don't have like one person to pick on. Otherwise they gang up on them and beat the crap out of them. Someone got the zoomies this morning. This is the most stable I have ever seen her in the like 10 days we've been dealing with this neurological stuff for her. Good job. She still looks a little wobbly. Oh my, hi. Gosh, it's just an incredibly miserable day out. All right, I'm down to 3 pairs of gloves. I have ones that are rotate in, and once they're sopping wet, I change them. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate these One of the feeders that I wanted to put in this outdoor pen is actually up on the hill in the pasture yet. And now that it rained, I'm not gonna be able to get up there with the skid loader. So I'll just use a trough until I can get up there.
Robin. Are you coming in to heat? This will be an interesting test here. This is the new pen I just set up, and he doesn't have any ladies in heat, but Riesling over there is in heat. And he has been servicing her all morning, and this guy feels left out. So I might put a few extra twines over there, maybe some extra twine here. That little guy makes 0 attempts at breeding during the day. Like, he barely even sniffs. And the second you turn out the lights at night, he literally just pops up and starts running after them. It is the craziest thing. I have had ones that are night breeders before that won't do anything during the day. And the only reason I know that is because I never see them servicing anybody, but the does are always pregnant. But this is the first time I've actually seen them, like seen one running around at night, like the second you turn the lights off. The cattle are super happy to be inside. They haven't had access to the barn since May, and we're, what is it, like November 20th-ish? I will still probably kick them outside on the nice days. If the sun is shining, there's no reason they need to be pooping in here. They can go do that in the pasture. When I can get out there with the skid loader again, I will give them another bale out there in the bale ring. This is that time of year where it's kind of like, if you can be outside, be outside. Otherwise, you can eat hay here. They do waste less hay when they're eating here, but I have plenty this year. And because I'm trying to get a bunch of residue on that hill in this pasture so that I can frost seed it this winter, I want to keep working. I've got about a quarter of that hill left that I want to get some residue on. So I think over the next month we'll be able to do that.
This calf. These damn raised baldies, they get like the milk slime. You know, they nurse and they rub their face all over, and then the sugars in the milk get sticky, and then every little bit of dirt sticks to it. And then when they get wet like this, it runs down their face and it looks like somebody poured drain oil over the top of them. You're a filthy little girl. Oh, you want to be in this? All right.
I bought some replacement tags for all of my ones that don't have tags. I know who everybody is. My husband doesn't, and if he's home and he calls me at work or comes in and, you know, and says like, hey, there's one out there that's sick, he needs to be able to relay to me who they are. If I don't have them labeled, he can't tell me who they are. And also, if something would happen to me, he's going to have to disperse the herd. And if he has no records because he doesn't know who they are, because there's like 10 of them missing tags, he can't say, well, this is a 2-year-old doe or this is a 8-year-old doe. I really need to get on top of retagging them. Okay, I actually had way more to do than I thought I did. So it's gonna use up most of the tags that I bought. And some of these they lost their original tag that was from like a different farm, and it wasn't like in my sequential system. So I think I'm actually just gonna give them a name and drop their number. No, I will give them their original number. I actually ended up having 17. That's a lot, considering I only have like 80 does tagged. So our little patient here can be our first recipient. These, since they were all tag losses, I don't have to actually puncture any ears. I'm just putting it back in the hole they already had. Kenny, are you helping? You helping, buddy?
Good morning. We had our first kid born at like 1 o'clock this morning. So I had gone out just to check on it, make sure it got some colostrum. It was doing good. She of course had it like up by the water tank where there's no bedding, because that's what they always do. So I got him in a bonding pen. It is opening weekend of deer hunting here in Wisconsin. My husband hasn't had a chance to get out at all. We unfortunately had 2 funerals on the same day yesterday. This doe that kidded has a wonky tit with like a nub on the side that I missed when I did evaluations. I think when she was little, it was probably so small that I didn't see it. Oh, there he's up. He's pretty vigorous, but a lot of times when he gets latched on, then she moves, you know, because first time moms aren't as smart as we'd like them to be. Right, sweetie? Good morning, buddy. It's a little buckling. I want to get a little more bedding in this pen today now that they've been in here for like 10 days. It's gotten kind of matted down. It's not as fluffy. I thought I had way more than I'd need. As you can tell, breeding season is underway. He unfortunately wants to get at her, and she all night has been at that gate. I hope her buck that's supposed to be breeding her actually deals with it. Maybe I'll lock them outside for a little while today. She does have some paint on her back from when I did upper necks earlier in the week, so I'll see if that's smeared at all from the buck that's supposed to be breeding her. That buck, you know, they piss on their face to impress the does. I don't think it really impresses them. His was getting all scaly, and I was afraid it was getting like infected underneath there, and I was gonna take a look at it today, but it looks like all those scales and scabs like fell off, and his skin underneath it looks good. So I might just put like some lanolin or something on there to keep it protected from his urine. I would say like I get one every year that gets just all like infected from them pissing on their face. And then, I mean, if you had urine on your nose all the time, it would definitely become a little raw. I double checked the calendar this morning, and these girls really only have a possibility of 5 more days to be kidding, so I'd imagine I'd see the rest of them pretty quick here. I'm just gonna do my morning walkthrough. I don't have much on my list for today. Sundays we try to like take it easy around here. I do need to clean out the cattle barn, but I've got them locked out right now. It's been fairly mild yesterday and today, so I kicked them out because they can go poop out there. They've got hay in the bale ring out there. There's no sense in them crapping in the barn when it's perfectly nice outside. So while they're outside, I'm gonna get the barn cleaned out, and I'll probably bring in another bale of bedding to scoop into. This group of replacement dolings is looking really nice. I'm really happy with them. She has always been so much bigger than the rest of them. Right, Chubbers? Oh, you're chubby. My husband and I ran some extension cords up the poles. We have some outlets in the trusses for the lighting. We got some extension cords run up to plug tank heaters into. We used to plug them in on the outer walls, but now that the water tanks are in the middle, we needed to plug them in somewhere different than we have been. So I need to get those all plugged in and situated. I did not give water last night because I want all these tanks to get as low as possible, because I want to clean out these water tanks today. They're not bad. They don't need to be like super scrubbed or anything. They got a little debris in the bottom, and I want to get it out of there. And that's pretty much all I have on my list today, other than being on Kid Watch. I think that doe there is pretty close. She'll probably be next. She has bagged up quite a bit in the last day. All right, I just ran in the house for like 10 minutes to get lunch in the oven, and I came out, and this little guy here You okay? Little guy. This little guy here was sticking out with just his head, no legs. But I got him out. But he definitely has some swelling on his tongue. So we'll give him a little bit of time to recover. Oh, are you gonna have another one right away? Okay, hold on. All right, I'm ready with a box of gloves this time if you need it. She does not need your help.
A little girl. Oh my goodness.
Those aren't yours. You can't have them. You can't have those. They're not yours. Yeah, you would steal them if you were out here. All right. We'll give her 10 minutes. Oh, that one's nursing already. It was literally born 30 seconds ago. Well, if you're going to put this tit right in front of my face, I'm going to suck on it. Fine. We'll give them 10 minutes to kind of recover, and then I'll swap them into this pen with the heat lamp, and we'll kick that other one out. She did a really good job of looking one off and not the other one, so I'm gonna get this one that's up, nursing. The kid is vigorous, she's just keeps backing up. You need help? Go. We got it. Hey buddy, can I help you? You want to perk up a little bit? Yeah, wait till your sister's out of the way. All right, they both got a really good drink and they're up and vigorous, so I'm gonna leave them alone a little bit. They'll probably, maybe they'll nurse a little bit more, but they'll probably go to sleep soon. I didn't actually get my lunch in the oven, so I think we'll be eating lunch at like 3 o'clock today. So
I gotta go get the roast in and come out and finish up my chores yet. Good morning. I'm just coming in to check on the little ones. Hey guys. I actually haven't seen this little buckling up as much nursing, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on him today, make sure he is nursing good. Hi, sweet pea. And this little guy over here is doing good. So I checked the calendar, and from the day I pulled the bucks, it would be 150 days today. So these last two have got a kid in the next couple days here. So one thing I forgot to do when we set up these new pens was put the kid guards on. Until we get some custom gates made, we just have cattle panel dividing these pens. Shh. And anytime I use cattle panel with little kids, we have like some old vinyl siding up on a material pile, and I just zip tie that to it so they can't go through. This little guy this morning had crawled in there behind the water tank. I completely forgot to do that when we set up these pens. It crossed my mind last night, and then this morning he crawled in. So that's top of the list today. The dogs wear GPS collars, and it is hunting season right now, and the dogs have been going to the exact same spot, like really a lot for the last like 48 hours. So I have a feeling somebody got a deer and couldn't track it, and it fell on our fence line, because we're on the third day of hunting now. So I'm just gonna zip up with the four-wheeler here and see what's going on. My daughter's dog is here, and she was running around with a bone a little while ago, so I'm pretty sure there's something up there that they're feasting on. Okay, well, I drove up to where I thought it was because I could see them right off the edge of the porch. Let me open up my app here. I mean, I don't even see the leaves disturbed. What on earth have they been? I have no idea. They have literally been sitting in this spot. I don't know where they would have gotten a bone from. Whoa, that is bizarre. So this is their activity from this morning. They keep coming from the barn, and they come up, and then they are all in this spot, except for I see nothing here. I thought for sure I was gonna come up here and see a carcass. There's no way they could have disposed of an entire one. Oh, unless Mira dragged it and I wasn't paying attention on my way up. We did have one like 2 years ago that she tried to drag home, and she was spending a lot of time in the corner this morning. Let me go see if she dragged it. Nope, I couldn't find anything. I have absolutely no idea why they'd be going to that spot. I saw absolutely nothing there, and why they would repeatedly go to it. I don't know. So it's a mystery. Mira's sporting her Carhartt blaze orange jacket, and she's got my headband on. This is my daughter's dog. I try to make my dogs that look most like a deer visible in this time. So she doesn't love the jacket, but she doesn't mind it either. But it really does make a big difference because she's very camouflage, and I don't want anybody thinking she's a deer. So, all right, I'm gonna get my chores done, and then I'm gonna work on some of those other projects. When we moved this bunk into place a couple weeks ago, it was stored on the other end of the barn, and when we moved it down this way, as we were kind of turning the corner with it,
it had tipped over and that top board fell off. So now they can all reach the hay over the top instead of having to reach through the wire mesh. So they're pulling big chunks into their pen, and I got to get a board back on there because they're just wasting all of it and pulling it into the pen instead of eating it through the mesh. I thought I saw a little hanky-panky going on. I think it was that low-line heifer. I saw her nosing around on Temple this morning, and I thought, oh no, Temple's coming into heat. But then I saw Nora jumping on her, so I'm thinking it's her. Hi, are you cycling? You're supposed to be pregnant. Let's check out your booty. She wasn't standing or anything. However, I was not out here by the cattle a ton yesterday. So I'll keep an eye on it and see if she stands or if I need to breed sooner than later. You're always jumping on everybody when they're not in heat. Get in there. Show me if she's standing. Now you want to be my friend? So we'll add that to the list of things today. She's like, what is the date today? Yeah, she'd be like only 18 days out from her breeding, but dang. Although, honestly, that's the one that calved 18 days early this year, so I could maybe breed her and she could still calve at the same time as everybody else. It sure is starting to look like it's gonna rain. It's getting dark out. I think I am gonna rebreed that heifer. So I didn't end up getting the cattle cleaned out yesterday, so I'm gonna do that now. I need to rebreed is the one that's hard to get in the headlocks. So in hindsight, I probably should have waited to push this bale up and then kept it farther out, because now I don't know if she's gonna push her head in all the way. We'll see. I'll walk away.
that cow is in the headlock, so I'm just gonna set up a light out there so I can see what I'm doing. I forgot to review semen when I was in the house, so I'm just looking it up on my phone quick. Oh, that one is a smaller frame. I think I'm gonna breed her back to the same thing. Kevin, actually, 071. I'm gonna try a different one. Hey, buddy. All right, get out of here. All right, I need to process these kids that were born yesterday. I'm going to take birth weights and record them. I give them a tag, and then I write down that information, what they look like, and then I check their tit structure right away. You are a cute little guy. You're not helpful. Hi. What, you think I'm gonna feed you? No, no, it's okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you hungry? Okay. Can you hold still? Oh my goodness. You're starving, huh? Okay. Get. Oh, it's okay. There you go. All right, everybody's back in. This kid here is really good at finding mom, and this one just stands here and screams. And she's not like super attentive. There you go. You gotta call him a little. There. He like screams and she just stares at him like, come here. There we go. See, I am not sure if he is getting on by himself or not. Are you getting on there by yourself? Are you on? No, you are not. Come here, buddy. You gotta get that titty in your mouth. Come on. You're not a very good latcher. You can't wait for me to help you all the time. Once he's on, he's fine, but it seems like he has trouble finding it. Gosh, I cannot wait until breeding season is over because these guys are driving me insane. See my little guy over there, my little buckling, snuggling with a mommy in the corner. This is part of the problem with young bucks, is they still have like a baby mentality. So like that one walking in right now, she's in heat. So that buck is like after her, and then she'll walk down here, and then this buck will be after her. And they're so worried about what they got going on the other side of the fence that it's like, I don't know if they're taking care of what they have in here. I mean, they are, but like focus on what's in front of you. But what I did notice is that little guy won't even approach them if these bucks are after them. So what I've been doing, like yesterday and today, is I just kick them outside and close that door and then leave these guys locked inside, and then he breeds them right away. But if these guys are after him, he knows he's low on the totem pole and he won't touch them. That happens when they're all in a pen together. If you have a dominant buck, if you have multiple sires in one pen, you could have an entire group sired by one buck, because the ones that are like below them socially won't make an attempt. I guess I didn't realize that could be an issue in pens next to each other, but it's pretty obvious that he just won't even try it if those other ones are after him. So I've been just locking him outside. He breeds them right away, and then done. So I don't know. Good morning. I have been watching a doe on the camera while I was editing video, and it kind of looks like she's getting in the zone. So we'll check on her before we start chores here, see if she's gonna start kidding. Good morning, girls. Oh, nothing special going on. They definitely look close. She really bagged up overnight. Her bag felt firm last night, but it didn't look that big, so I would say she's definitely gonna kid today. She dropped a lot. She's very close also, probably later tonight. She'll wait until I want to go to bed. I think, ew, did I touch bird poop? Where's the babies? Oh, did they find the hot box? I wondered. I saw this doe on the camera kind of looking in the hot box. Chill. Good morning, guys. How are you? stretches. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi. Oh. I don't know why you always think I'm going to feed you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, here comes your mom. Oh. Do you want to go by mom? All right. Okay, go get fed. All right, let's see you get on by yourself. Can you do it now? Mom, move your leg. Move your leg. All right, get in there. Nope. Go in the back. Can you do it now? Yes. They both. Oh, no, you're not on yet. You got to get down a little lower. You just aren't super smart. Once he gets on, he's a good sucker, but he like cannot find the bottom of her tit. You can do it, buddy. Come on. Come on. That's the side. Suck her down. That's the side. Did you get the bottom in yet? Nope, still not. There. Get to the bottom. You got her? All right, good job. Whew. All right, I think I'm just gonna turn this heat lamp off and close this up so this pen can dry out a little bit and be ready for the next one. He's actually excited because Poppy here is in heat and he doesn't have any in heat, so he keeps coming back to her and then chasing his girls, hoping one of them's in heat, and they're not. And he's already serviced her 85 times, so she's good. The one nice thing about having these older stinky bucks that piss all over themselves and then rub it on the does is you can tell exactly which ones have been serviced because they're all disgusting. Every single one in this pen has been serviced because they have his piss on their back. This little guy in here, he's not old and gross like this yet, right? Are you disgusting? You are disgusting. Oh, you're so gross. You think you're hot stuff. Hi, sweetie. Aw. It's been several hours and this doe doesn't seem to be making much progress. She's had mucus coming for quite some time and she'll lay down and give a few little pushes. She isn't really getting like the urge to actually push. And I'm just gonna go in and check for a male position. Sometimes if they're like if there's a head back or they're coming back feet first, like they don't get that pressure in their pelvis to fully dilate them, or sometimes they're dilated but they just don't have that pressure to like make them push. So I'm just gonna go in, see what we got, and if she needs more time, that's fine. I just don't want to leave her if she needs some assistance. Chill out. She's not fully dilated, and I think I'm gonna give her a little more time. She has a really short vagina. I feel like her pelvis is pretty small. Yeah, I'll help you. I think is a very large kid for this doe. Hold on. get find a second foot there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Good job, Mom. That was rough. Okay. That's not yours. He's taking some super shallow breaths. Mom's getting a little help licking him off. I don't know if you remember this doe from last January, but this is the biter. This one. It's not your baby. Get. Oh gosh, you're not going to be a biter too, are you? All right. Do you need me to do this? There you go. Okay, well, I guess I don't have to. There you go. There you go. So you can put a needle like right below their nose to stimulate them to take in a big breath and gasp. Don't bite me. Here, let's give this guy some clean. I'm giving him clean bedding to lay in. Don't bite me. I think Mom is very close to kidding also, because she's kind of been getting in the zone for the last hour, so she definitely wants to steal this kid. I'm gonna go ahead and give her meloxicam immediately. You deserve it. You're gonna be in pain. You're not making this easy for her. Yeah, I'm trying to give her meds to help her, you idiot. This kid did not make it. I had wondered when he first came out. I found it odd. He had a real, like, jelly belly, I call it. And usually that's what they're like when they're born not alive. And that was a pretty hard birth, but not enough that I thought he wouldn't have made it. So he must have had something wrong with him already. I'll leave this guy in here. If Mom kids yet today, which I think she will, and I think Mom's gonna have twins, maybe I can give her one and they can each raise one. Okay, I'm gonna run in the house and grab a plastic bag. I'm gonna bag up her cleanings as soon as she cleans, set them off to the side. I'm hoping her mom kids today, then I'm gonna hopefully try to give one to her. I'm also gonna milk her colostrum out of her. Anytime I have a doe with colostrum and no kid, it's a good idea to bank it. Okay, maybe I didn't explain that good enough. Cleanings are another word for placenta. When she cleans, it means she completely passed her placenta. Sometimes they can retain it, which is always a concern for infection then. So what I would do with
her placenta, the reason I'm saving it is because I kind of rub her placenta juices on a different kid and then try to give it to her. And I'm gonna leave her kid that's not alive in there with her for now, so she kind of thinks she's got one.
Hey, little girl.
Milking her will actually help her clean because she'll release oxytocin, which helps their placenta pass. Oh, good girl, mama. Okay. Good girl, mama. She doesn't have a whole lot. Here you go. Okay, I need to vaccinate my kidding group for January. I knew it was the end of November, and I knew it was the week of Thanksgiving, but somehow in my head, it did not register that we were like this late in the month. And I was in over lunch and I was looking at my calendar and I was like, oh, next Tuesday I need to vaccinate. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's this Tuesday. So here I am adding this to my list today. This is their CD&T vaccination. So it's Clostridiols types C, D, and T. T is tetanus. C and D cause enterotoxemia. This is something that they get as kids. They get 2 in a row, and then they get an annual booster. And we booster them before they give birth so that they can pass on those antibodies in their milk to the kids. And then it gives the kids that immunity while they're still on milk. So this doe is starting to push a little bit. I don't think she's like super close to kidding, but she's laid down and given a few little pushes here. I'm doing chores. I think it's about 6 o'clock or so. So I'm glad she's gonna kid before I go in tonight. These two have some weird codependency thing going on. I assume, oh, maybe you are actually pushing. She's got nothing hanging out. She just literally gave a few little pushes in the last like 2 minutes here. But as soon as she started giving a few little pushes, her daughter over there started going crazy. I don't know. We'll see. I hope she has triplets and I can give one to her daughter. I think she's only got twins in her, but you never know. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my chores and hopefully I have a little bit of room on my SD card to show you her kidding. It's only been just a couple minutes here and she's already got a whole head out. Do you want a little help? Okay, I know you're
trying to bite me, but I'm trying to help you. If she has an extra one, do you want it? You would take that smell? Okay, I'll see if I can get one for you.
I'm just gonna stay as far away from her as possible. She's a biter. She wants her kids, which is understandable.
Okay, it has been, I'd say at least 45 minutes since she had this kid. She looks to me like she should have another one in her. And I'm gonna check her and see if she has another one in her. But she's a biter. If you recall, this one was from my kidding group last January, and that was her second lactation. And that was kind of her last chance because she is like mean to everybody else, like all the other does and the other kids. And I kept her in a pen, I think, for a week last time, and then she was fine. Her first lactation, she actually smashed another kid against the wall and it died. Not her own, but a different doe's. I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep her or if it was a first-time mom thing. And she was okay last time, but I wanna, for the other one's protection, I'm gonna put her in the pen for tonight, and then we'll see how she does. We'll give her like 2 or 3 days in that bonding pen, and then we'll see how she does being let out. So she does just have a single. All right, well, I've got them tucked in for the night. It's too bad she didn't have one to give this to this other doe. It always seems like when you could do it, it doesn't work out. It's so rare for me to have one on her second, third lactation that doesn't have at least twins. Usually the only ones that have singles are the first lactation doelings. So, that's a bummer. So this group is only 100% for kidding. They got 4 does and 4 kids. So that's the worst I've ever had. But this was just a tiny cleanup group. It's not a good representation of my actual numbers. So I just wish we could have come up with a kid to give that doe. Bummer. It's so rare that I have one that's absolutely willing to take any kid I give her. I mean, like, she's at the edge of that pen and wants that kid. It's a bummer, huh, Kenny? Do you want to get fed? All right, I'll feed you.